Hiya, I'm Kerry from Mobilates and we're going to do 30 minutes of gentle mobilizing Pilates, standing, seated. We're going to do a bit of lying down, which could be down on a mat, could be on a bed. So you can even sit on your bed to start, pull the duvet back and do it all from there. Got some lovely gentle music on. I'm going to keep a little lookout here where I can just about see the comments, see who's with us today. And let's get going. So take a hand, just place it on your chest. Take another hand, place it on your belly. Let your shoulders just sink down. Let your belly underneath soften. No need to grip or hold in. Just let that go. Maybe have your feet a little wider if you're standing or sitting. And then you're just going to rock or sway, whichever feels best. So it might be a little side to side. It might be a little forwards and backwards. And just breathe really nice and slowly. Hello, Jean. Nice to see you. And you can time your movements with your rocking, with your breath, if that's what I'm trying to say. I'm getting my breath and my movement mixed up. Just keep it nice and soft. If you're sitting particularly, you might even want to close your eyes. And everyone has the natural sort of place they go to with this sort of movement. I tend to like something that's a bit more forwards and backwards than side to side. But a little bit of going round, just trying the eyes closed. And then bring it back to the center. Pull yourself up, feel your head go a little taller. Rest your arms down. Bring your legs in now. So both feet are pointing forwards. If you're sitting, gap between your knees is about 2 fists apart. There. And from standing, just let our feet spread out. Now it's colder weather, it's harder to feel your feet. So really try and lift your toes up, press into that mat, let those legs just have a little, like you're kneading it with your feet. Like grape pressing, it's making me think of. Come up nice and tall, open out across here. Let the palms just rest, maybe slightly open. Bring your head back, your chin comes back a little. Show you from the side. Think, is your weight going forwards? Is it going backwards? Can you get it somewhere in between? So it neither feels like it's on the balls of your feet or on the heels. And same if you're sitting, just hinge forwards, back. Bring it to a balanced point. I find that's almost feels like leaning back to me because I tend to lean forwards. So what does it feel like to you? And then from there, just starting to rotate our head one side to the other. Keep the chin parallel to the floor. Keep your collarbone just nice and open. Feels like your shoulders are going back. And then we're going to put a little nod. So we turn to the side and wherever you are, then the tiniest of nods down. And then back to the center. Tiny little nod, just the tip of your nose going down. And it might be you're not so far around, you're just coming around a little bit. That's all good. I'm just trying to keep it relaxed. I'm just wiggling my fingers, check they're still relaxed. Lovely. And then we're going to do a sort of stronger version of that, just so you feel a little bit more stretch down your neck. So this time we're going to turn halfway between this little dip at the front and the side of your shoulder. Take your head back a little so you feel extra tall. Now take the tip of your nose downwards. Keep those shoulders back. That might be stretch enough. Make sure that you're breathing. If you want a bit more, take your arm out to the side, palm is down, and then turn that palm up towards the screen. I'm just going to wiggle my fingers at you so you can see my palm is open towards you. Take a breath. Breathing out, bring that hand down, bring your head up, turn around to the front. I'm going to do the other side from the chair. So from this side, turning halfway point between the front and the shoulder. Keep those shoulders back here, but arching the back, just open. Tip of the nose is going down. Now that may already feel very strong, but there's this option to turn your arm out, the opposite arm is just coming away from the body. Now mine's going up about halfway between the side of my body and my shoulder line. I don't like it going up much higher than that, but some people like to take it higher, almost horizontal. You'll know if it feels good. And then turn your palm towards the screen. If that's too strong, just turn it back down towards the side of your body. Take a breath in. Breathing out, take the arm down, head back to the center. And then we're going to take our chin on a little roll. So first, head goes back. Now dip the chin down towards this little collarbone dip. And head to one side, back to the center, head to the other side. Now it might be you like to go a little further and go into more of a circle. That's about as far, that's my maximum for doing that. It might be you want to keep it in a smaller, almost semicircle. Go with what feels nice for you. And check that you're still breathing. Always good. Just that little reminder, because I know sometimes when we're doing these moves, we're so busy concentrating that we just forget to take that extra breath. We're just holding it all the time. That's it. And then roll up and start to roll your shoulders. And imagine that you're drawing a circle with this section of your shoulder here. That's it. And your hands just stroke along your legs. Feel yourself standing, sitting nice and tall. And then concentrate on your back and what your shoulder blades are doing at the back. Hopefully you're feeling an opening up. That's it. And then we're just going to come as if we're hugging a big winter tree. And you can hug it standing up. You can lean your head into that tree a little. And then take your arms, just open them and look up as if you're looking up towards stars. Round that tree, so hugging it, maybe leaning into it a little bit at the front shoulders, rounding head, just bowing slightly. And then open up. And one more, hugging that tree. Opening up and starting to rotate your wrists. Got the fingers out, but you could have your fingers in. That makes it even smaller, maybe a little bit more crunchy. I don't mind. Either way, cold weather gets quite crunchy anyway. There's little pops and clunks. It tends to be the carbon dioxide, I think it is, in the fluids surrounding the joints. So that's the hands, the wrists, gently mobilized. Same thing for the feet. You might want to just grab onto something just to steady yourself. Your foot needs to come enough off the floor that you can rotate your ankle round each side. If you're sitting, if you find it hard lifting a leg up, you can use your arms underneath. As long as your foot's got enough clearance, you can even use, I've got a block here, but a book would do. If you put one foot on that, and that just helps give you a little bit more height in your legs, whatever makes things easier. But check you've gone in both directions. And then let's do the other foot, other directions. That's it. Perfect. Right, for the next exercise, just starting to bring those heels up. Keep the pelvis nice and steady, which if you're sitting will happen just because you're sitting. But if you're standing, we're just trying to stop that sort of thing. Just keeping this steady. So maybe pulling into these muscles a little. Just feeling a little tension underneath our jumpers. And then we can just take it on a little, like we're going for a jog, but the feet never quite leave the floor. And pumping your arms a bit more, just make you a little bit warmer. sitting version. That's it. Oh, hi Irene. Don't worry, plenty of time to catch up. And then just take that down. Now bring the arms up, palms are facing, and down. Soft arms, so your shoulders, we're not reaching away too much. Bring your shoulders back in, that's it. So everything's just nice and soft. And then we're going to raise those heels together with the arms. So it's going up and down. Same if you're standing, a bit more balance involved, feet at hip width. So as your arms go up, your heels go up. And keeping nice and straight. Now this does require a little bit more tension here. You want that feeling that you're just going straight up. A little bit of a change, arms going out to the sides. A couple of those, and then we're going to alternate. Nice bit of flow. Key principle of Pilates. Ooh. You don't need to come up super high. Going to make the arms a little more flowing, circling them round, gentle circles, so they can go straight up if that's what you like, and a big wide circle out, but can be much smaller. That's all your shoulders will allow. Perfect. And then we're just going to take it into a march, same if you're sitting, and then we're going to bring it into a balance. So for standing, either on your toe or bringing this knee up. If you're sitting, just doing a heel raise is probably enough because your leg is already bent, you'll be coming up that high. And just hold it there. Arms, it's like you're in a freeze frame. Now if you want to challenge yourself, just turn your head. Let's say I'm going to turn to that side. And slowly bring it back. Oh, that challenges. Just give your legs a little softness. And then we're going the same on the other side. So this time it's this leg. I'm going to do mine sitting on this one. So just bring it up to a heel raise. You can bring the heel off the floor if your leg's okay with that. But if you've got your toe on the floor, that's okay. And then let's get a little bit of arms going backwards and forwards. Pull in, sit up tall, stand up tall, turn the head, maybe take that toe slightly off the floor or be on the very tip of your toe. And then bring it back, well done, nice balance. Right, next, we're going for a little knee bend. Now you'll already have your knees bent on here, but don't worry, I've got something for you. So just sliding down like that. If you're in the chair, heel raises. And then we're going to bring our glutes into it. So we've just got that motion. Here, just heel raises, squeeze the glutes. Heel raise, squeeze the glutes. That's it. And then take those legs a little bit wider. So this time, instead of keeping that straight back, we're going to hinge into it. So that's if you're standing. If you're sitting, have your legs nice and wide, hinge forwards, and then squeeze the glutes, come sitting back up. Hinge forwards, squeeze the glutes, sitting back up. Hinge forwards, squeeze those glutes. If you're standing, sending your bottom back with wider legs, slowly down, squeeze the glutes to stand up. Slowly down, straight back, squeeze the glutes. Couple more of those. And then if you're sitting, slide your hands on your legs like this, let your head move with the body. If you're standing, just starting to twist around. Gentle bit of rotation into the spine. If you're sitting, let your hands start to float around over your knees. But keep your legs pressed into the floor just to keep this space here. That's it. And then some side stretches. So we'll have the legs a little bit wider. Just reaching down the side. Using these muscles here, all down the sides of our body and our belly to pull us up. And the head is just going with the body. Starting to slide a hand up, slide the other hand out, little teapot. And you can make the arms super soft as it comes back in, so you get that flow. That's nice. And you can put a little bend in your legs if you like. Makes it just a little bit more challenging. You could squeeze the glutes if you're sitting, have wide legs. That's it. Last one each side. And then bringing yourselves up. Now if you're sitting, keep your legs wide. If you're standing, legs are a little wider than hip width. So you can see definitely at the floor, mine are. And then just swing your arms forwards and backwards. And then we're going to bring a bit of a hinged movement into it. Now if you're sitting, you've already got your legs bent, so you'll be hinging forwards and back. But if you're standing, it's a gentle squat, could be super small. And then you can start to lean back slightly at the top. That's it. It just gets the air flowing, makes you breathe a little heavier. It's a gentle sort of swish. We're just controlling it for our back, so we're not putting weight on a curved spine bent over. If we're doing it seated, I'll just try not to knock down my little decorations. If you wanted to lean back a little more, if that's comfortable for you. A couple more. And then we're going to make our way down to the mat. So I'm just going to move the chair in. Take your time. And I shall see you down there on your mat, on your bed, wherever you are. That's it. And lying down on your back, legs bent. And you might want a cushion handy. I've got a sort of quilt that I'm going to use shortly. But for this first bit, you don't need anything extra, just your good selves. And just take a moment just to wriggle and settle into the floor. I like to get sort of feeling where my body's in contact with the mat. Just checking in with your feet. So bring your knees and feet together. Palms are out at the side for the moment. Take your heels out and your toes forward. That brings you into that sort of hip width alignment for your knees and your feet. Now, just give your head a little rock from side to side. Check that you're looking up towards the ceiling and not behind you. If you find your head's tilted like that, just something small under your head, maybe a folded towel or a really squashed sort of flat cushion. And then just take your arms up to the ceiling. Rest your shoulders just there. Hands, they're facing each other. One arm at a time. Reach up to the ceiling, take it down. Other arm reaches up to the ceiling, take it down. And it's the only thing that's moving. One arm, then the other. So the back we're not coming away from the floor here. This all stays where it is, just in the shoulders lifting and the arm lifting towards the ceiling. That's it. Hips are steady, pelvis is steady, ribs are steady, belly is steady. And then you could bring breath into it, breathing in, breathing out, reach up. Breathing in, take the arm down. Breathing out, palm up. And keep that going in your breath pattern. Don't need to do so many, because I find hands get so cold in this weather when they're up in the air. So last couple. And then bring them down, give them a little rub. And then we'll have them down by our sides. Just turn them palms upwards for the moment. And just settle yourself. And then palms down by your sides, right down by your hips, arms reaching downwards. Take a breath into your ribs and back. As you breathe out, feel this midsection here. So think belly button and feel it sink down to the floor. So if you watch my hand, you see it dip down. And as I did that, I feel my bottom just start to tilt up a little. So there's a little pelvic tilt. And breathe in, let it all come up again. So I've got that little space behind my back at the moment. Breathe out, blowing that breath out and just let it sink downwards. As if there's a plug hole behind you right here and it's sucking your back down. I always used to be scared in the bath when I was a kid, like if the toes would get in the plug hole or my feet would get in the plug hole. Another breath in and sink down. Now this time we're going to go up into a little bridge. Same thing, breath in, breathing out, sinking down, and then make that tilt a little bigger. Just lift your bottom off the floor, pressing into your feet, maybe your arms, and then just very slowly let it rock, roll downwards. Breath in. Breath out, sinking down, tilting up, pushing through your feet, maybe coming up a little higher. And then slowly rolling it down, feeling each vertebrae touch the mat, keeping your bottom with this tilt upwards for as long as you can. Super slow. Breath in. Sinking down here, tilting, pushing through. Feel your knees traveling forwards, but they're not going apart like that. They stay that same distance and come up as high as you comfortably can. Might be here, doesn't matter. Shoulders on the floor, nice and relaxed here. Arms very lightly pressing. Most of the effort's coming into feet here, along here. Bit of a squeeze on the bottom there on the glutes. And then slowly rolling yourself down. And just shuffle your feet very slightly closer to your bottom. That's it. Right, this one's going to be different. We're going to take a breath into our ribs just like before. But this time as we breathe out, don't let it sink. Keep everything where it is. Just feel it tightening here. And press with your feet. Just take it straight up. Maybe not very high. And then breathe in as you take everything straight down. Get ready, breathing out, press up. Maybe your hands join in as well. Keep those knees traveling forwards and then take it down. That's the breath in. Breathing out, press up. Stay there for a second. Knees are going forwards. Just bring the heels as if you're dragging them slightly towards your bottom. They don't actually move, it just activates some different muscles. Stronger. And then take it down. Well done, couple more. Breath in. Take it straight up. Bring those heels slightly towards you. That's it. Keep those knees traveling in that direction to the opposite wall. Take it down. And then bring your legs together. Arms out in a T. Just let them have a really small sway side to side. Not going too far. But start to roll onto the sides of your feet. So your feet are stuck together. And your legs start to move as one. Embrace your inner mermaid. That's it. And then we can take this a little higher. So I'm just taking it onto the tips of the toes. Or it could be the ball of your foot. That's it. And then take the legs a little wider and just let them fall to one side. Let your head roll to the other side. Take a breath in. Breathing out, pull yourself back to the center. Use these muscles here. They're in there. And let them roll over to the other side. That's it. Just let your head roll over. You're on the sides of your feet. Breath in. Pull yourself back. And then we're going to roll onto our sides. And this is where you might need your cushion. So I'm going to put this is a quilt, I'm going to put this on my arm so my head can just rest on top. And we're going to go into, to start with, a little clam move. And I bet you know these ones. So head, back, bottom, pelvis area, and feet in line. Legs are together and the feet are the little clam hinge. Check that you're neither rolling forwards or rolling back. Pulling your muscles here so they feel like they're tight and engaged, which is hard when you can feel your belly is going that way. And then we're just going to open the legs and then almost close them. Just a little open and close. See how that feels? And then slide your legs slightly forward so they're making more of an L shape, just like we're sitting on an imaginary chair. Now this time, the feet aren't going to hinge like that. We're going to take the whole leg up without twisting back. So keeping this all in place, I'm going to pull back slightly. I can see my back's trying to arch. Maybe yours is doing the same. So pull back. Just open that leg as far as it wants to go. Some people might be way up here. Some people may only want to open there. You'll know how much your body wants you to do. So go with it. You can take it to an edge. An edge is when it's just nudging, discomfort, but not pain. Now our leg in this position is quite heavy. So you might only be doing really little ones. You don't need to do very many. Last one on that side. And then you can either roll away from me. I can't see you, so it's all fine. I'm going to flip round to the other side so you can see me. And we'll get ourselves in line first. Get your head comfortable. Feet, pelvis, back, head in line. This arm, it could be like this, like that. You could directly have your hand underneath. This is how I like mine. Check that you're right on your side. You could have your hand here for a bit of stability. Just opening and closing those knees. In fact, I never completely close them because the effort is really going in the opening and trying to stop ourselves rolling back. Just getting a little bit of that motion going. And then change your position. Bring those legs into an L shape. So we're sat on that imaginary chair. And now that whole leg goes up and down. And just like before, you can not quite close your legs. So just let them just kiss almost. Just touch. That's it. And our leg is much heavier in this position. So if you're feeling it, if it's feeling a bit heavy, it's just that the way we've arranged it is making us work a little harder. You can always go back to that clam. Last one. Rub it if it needs a little rub. And then we're going to push ourselves up to sitting. You could sit on your cushion if you like. And just bent legs, but slightly wider legs. Hands are behind you, or you could even rest on a sofa like that with your elbows against it. Just let your knees come in and out and in and out, just rolling on your feet. Check you're not sinking into your shoulders, so pushing away from the floor, that's it. And then let them go to one side and the other. And I feel I can't move very far in this position. I'm going to put my legs a little bit wider. So it depends what's comfortable for you. It might not be so comfortable to go wide like that. And you're trying to get one closer to the floor. The other one might start doing it, and you can start to go onto your side. And what is nice to do here is to start to bring an arm across with you. I find I start travelling towards the screen doing this. And then have a little pause. You can reach the arm back and forth. we'll swap over to the other side. Have a little pause, push away from the floor, and then you can reach. A little bit of rotation, not too much. And then just bring yourself back to sitting at the front. I think I've made it back to the mat, however you want to sit. And now we'll just reach over to the side. Reach, so it's like your head is looking towards the ceiling, your underarms are going towards the ceiling. And then take it, so we're looking at the screen again, sweep forwards. And then we're just over at the side again. Taking it up towards the ceiling, so like a little lean back. Looking towards the screen again. Reaching forwards. And then it's nice just to take yourself forwards. So you can hinge forwards and keep a straight back, which if you've got any osteoporosis is really nice to do. No weight on your spine. If you're happy to, you can bend forwards and just melt down. Take a breath in. Bring yourself up. Take those hands behind you. Look up slightly. Push away from the floor so your shoulders don't go crunching into your ears. That's it. And then take your palms outwards, your arms out to the side. You know what's coming. Breathe in, take those hands up, look up at them wherever they can get to. And then breathe out, bring them into your chest. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back next week for one just before Christmas. Same day, same time on Wednesday. Christmassy music in the background. See you then.